Thank you, Janice. Veteran I'm going to announce is Gerald Plante, World War II veteran, better known as Jerry. He was born in Somersworth, 1918. Now he's at the retirement community on Waterley Falls Road. His grandparents left France and came to Massachusetts. Jerry had 7 brothers and 7 sisters. Before he was drafted, he worked as a farmer and then in the shoe shops. Had a girlfriend in Newmarket, went on leave, knowing Jerry he did, came home and married her, and has been in Newmarket ever since. He was the first person drafted from Somersworth. In 1945, he worked for Brisson's Market on Main Street for 5 or 6 years and worked for Kingston Warren until he retired. Jerry was in the Horse Cavalry. That must have been fun. At Fort Devens and Fort Riley, Kansas, for 3 months training. He rode the horses and learned horse training, recruiting, training at Fort Riley, Kansas, then to Fort Myers, Virginia, and to Washington, D.C. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, within 2 hours, he was under the bridge by the Lincoln Memorial on the back of a machine gun. A couple months after this, they packed up horses, and after 6 months of horse training taken away, and went to mechanic school. Went to Fort Knox, then to Georgia, back to Fort Knox, to the Armored Center, and tested the tanks for almost a year, then went overseas. On Christmas Eve, he went on a ship to Liverpool, England, went to France, Le Havre, Belgium, and Germany, stayed in Germany till he came home. He was a guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It was spit and polished, Jerry says. I can imagine that was. Everything had to be perfect, even your underwear. He said they even checked your underwear. He said today the service is a little different with different soldiers. They are not in the cavalry. At Fort Myers, Old Blood and Guts General Patton was only a little captain, and then he rose in the ranks. Walking guard around General Marshall, we used to have to guard with horses. He had 2 children. Rachel lives in Newmarket. His other daughter is Lorraine and was a nun, left the sisterhood, and now works for the state of Connecticut. Jerry says he was getting $21 a month for his service pay. Did you ask if the Americans were ever going to lose the war? He said never thought of it. Never felt frightened. With the bombs bursting around him, he never thought about it. We were trained to do our jobs and did not have time to think. We had little guns, but if we fired, probably couldn't hit anything. We learned to shoot guns, but when we went overseas, they gave us pea shooters. We could not have hit the side of a barn door. Did not like boot camp, he claims, but I enjoyed the cavalry. Did not know how to ride a horse before he went in, only knew how to ride a horse a little on the farm. In training, Jerry claims they had to learn how to ride standing up on the rump of a horse. Riding from Virginia to Georgia was what stuck in his mind. Can still recall this vividly. This took over 2 weeks. My God. He was only homesick for his wife. Gerald Plante. Thank you.